the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From use the drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From use the drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.
Join us on Real TV for Highlights with Alan Ferguson, a program where we aim to level the playing field through meaningful conversation and real action. We highlight the positive developments happening within communities across Trinidad and Tobago, while also addressing the concerns and challenges affecting government agencies and everyday citizens. Tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m., only on Real TV.
The Ambassador's Daughter, weekdays at 11 a.m., only on Real TV.
I am Walter Stewart, President of the Trinidad and Tobago National Council of Parent-Teacher Associations Incorporated. Join us every Thursday, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Real TV, where we look at NPTA Speaks, National Parent-Teacher Association Speaks, on topical and relevant issues pertaining to parents, teachers, education, and students of Trinidad and Tobago. This, of course, encapsulates local, regional, and international audiences every Thursday, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Real TV, NPTA Speaks.
Kids say the funniest things, and sometimes the smartest too.
So kids, if you were Prime Minister for one day, what would you do?
That everybody got a light location and go in the beach. Have everybody. When the German walk out.
Every episode is packed with honest answers, big imaginations, and moments that will make you laugh, smile, and maybe even learn something new.
So join me, Zelisa, as we discover the world through the eyes of our youngest generation. Conversations with Kids, weekdays at 12 p.m., only on Real TV. You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.
Join us on Real TV for Highlights with Alan Ferguson, a program where we aim to level the playing field through meaningful conversation and real action. We highlight the positive developments happening within communities across Trinidad and Tobago, while also addressing the concerns and challenges affecting government agencies and everyday citizens. Tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m., only on Real TV.
And opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts, guests, and contributors, and do not reflect the official views of Real TV, its management, or affiliates. content is provided for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah, straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From news to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Yeah, straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From news to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Current affairs, politics in the air. Social issues, we deal with it fair. No fluff, no filter, we call it how it is. Real TV vibes, what this how we be. Straight to the point, get the people them speak. Straight to the point, every day of the week. Drama, truth, now the stories we've been. Tune in, let reality sing, yeah. Straight to the point, we don't beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From news to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice.
I want to say good afternoon and welcome to everybody that is live with us, and we're on Straight to the Point right here on Real TV, the realest of all reels. I want to say good afternoon and welcome wherever you all are at right now, whether you're listening to us on the World Wide Web, you're listening to us on Digicel Channel 32, you're listening to us on Airlink, you're listening to us on CSTV Canada, you're listening to us on Green Dot Channel 26, Airlink 25, Beam Mobile 110, Ampere 116, wherever you're listening to us right now. I want to say good afternoon, Dilty Voice. We are inside. And there's a lot of things that are happening today. A lot. Plenty. And today we're going to take advantage of Darren. And we're going to put Darren in the burning, brewing oil this afternoon. Now, a lot of y'all are going to be joining us live because you all are joining us this afternoon to hear us speak about the pastor. And the reason that I came on late this afternoon was because there was more information that came to us. Darren, what I want you to do for me, you see that Real TV logo there? It's ugly. You need to bring it down a little bit and size it to suit. No, if we're doing it, I think by now you understand as a man like to do things proper. So I know it's in here, we're testing it today. You fix that for me. Now, I want you all to share the live and let people know that we are live. And we're going to be talking about it. And, yeah. And I feel like, nice. We'll have to fix that and probably get a white. If I have a white one, put the white one, so the white one will go on the blue. Nice and easy. I'm a realist. I like to deal with it real, and we have to look good all the time. I have to look good. When I look good, Real TV look good. When Real TV look good, I look good. If I don't look good, Real TV can't look good, and vice versa. That's just how it goes, right? Now, after having a very interesting conversation last night, the team and I, we made some headway. And then I had a conversation with some other people. And then at exactly, let me tell you the time, just around 3:43, just around 3:43 this evening, I'm watching it here, I was contacted by another person who had more information on me, because I would have just put out a simple post, and these persons had more information to give me, and I decided to indulge. Now, Darren, what I want you to do for me is go into my chat. And I want you to kind of monitor the TikTok as well. So you have a lot of work to do today. But I want you to go into my chat, and there is a picture of a young lady. You seen that picture of that young lady? Correct is right, sir. Let's put her up on the screen. Because this is the next thing that we're going to deal with. The specific picture. The specific one. Yeah. The nice one with she pose off nice. Yeah, you take your time and do fast. A young lady went to a baby shower. She went to a baby shower and she was given a phone to use at this baby shower. She was given this phone to use at this baby shower, and she made good her escape with this phone at this baby shower. Jada Gomez, you reached there yet? You still on the taxi stand waiting for a taxi? This is Jada Gomez. This is Jada Gomez, or Gomes. Right? Jada Gomes has made greater escape of an iPhone 17 Pro. Well, I like the upgrades of the show. You can answer. Made great her escape of an iPhone 17. The young man would have given her the phone to take pictures and stuff of his baby shower, of he and his girlfriend. She disappeared with the phone. We could pull the CG down so we could see the full information if you have it. And we gave her the phone and she disappeared. They say Jada is accustomed going house to house. You know the song, what did they say? No. We don't move CGs. All we had to do, that's what I tell you, we use the hotkeys instead of adding that into the title itself. So all you had to do was just beautiful. You see? Yeah, we don't want it that fancy. We not to move nothing up and down. Right? Wherever the water is supposed to stay, leave it like that. Nice. All you bear with me today, Darren working to me. He working with me today. So come back to me. That young lady would have stolen her phone, went back home, and the phone is yet to be found. A lot of people has given me information in terms of the whereabouts of Jada. A lot of persons have given me information in retrospect to the modus operandi of Jada. Today is going to be a very sweet day because today we're going to be working very hard. So anybody else that have information on Jada, let me know. In that same chat, Darren, the white 80 wagon, you will load up that. You will also load up all the pictures that you're seeing there. There's a picture with the, give me Sarah Lee. Sarah Lee is the one with the nice wave. Sarah Lee is the one with the nice wave. We'll get to Pastor Aaron Joseph in a bit. You won't believe I opened my TikTok there just now while I'm on the set here, and I saw his ex-wife pop up. I saw his ex-wife pop up on my For You. And there's a lot of people have said, yeah, the sweet thief. A lot of people have said about him and his ex-wife and the whole tralala and Brandon Bess. And the business and how the business is functioning. It's a lot. And it really hurt my heart that there are people out here who hide under the disguise of the Most High. They hide under the disguise of Christianity. They hide under the disguise of... They're hiding under the disguise of being a man of God. And as I told the people that I was speaking to yesterday, is that the only thing that we have to remember and keep in our mind is the most important thing, which is man. A lot of times we get tied up with man of God and believe that they can't do any wrong, You know, in this whole interview that I did with these people, when he started, he said, you would never think that a pastor would lie to you. And that struck home. Because which one of all will think a pastor could lie to you? I mean, and we had a discussion about this. And my next thing is, which one of these persons would you think back then, I can't say no, a police could lie to you? Long-time police officers were upstanding citizens. And you could take their word. Now they are bought for 10 pieces of silver. And you're lucky to be alive to tell the tale after. And I'm really glad because you see, God is a good God. And remember I told you all that straight to the point is a church, eh? Straight to the point is a church. And the Bible talk about all kind of things. Wolves in sheep clothing. What else the Bible talk about again? You talk about the false prophets. And when a man comes before us and he says that he's a man of God, and he's so ethical, and he's so holy, and he's so worthy, is when it is within my heart that I say, yo, you could go to hell by yourself, But I prayed about it, and I said, God, if it's your will be done, let it be done. Because I want to tell you all this. Yesterday, day before, and the day before that, wasn't the first time that I've heard about Aaron change Joseph. Matter of fact, about 3 weeks ago, one of my members of security was talking to me about this very said gentleman. And he was so excited. And he was telling me about some car deals and these different things. Then I saw people like Pika. You all remember Pika? You remember Pika? Social media influencer. She got married to this young boy. At one point in time, her stuff had leaked and because of some bad relationship and things. The people have supported her. She has a very great following and she's a beautiful young lady. Not only in looks, but in demeanor, her aura and everything. And I saw that she was being advertised or advertising for the business model of this company. Diana, you seen those messages that came in, right? No. All right, let's go. Let's put up the 80 wagon very quickly. I want to deal with the 80 wagon quickly, and then we will go case by case. This vehicle has been missing. This vehicle, PDA 9927, was stolen at gunpoint today. Anybody with information on the whereabouts of this vehicle, you are free to contact us at 762-9192. Come back to me. Now, I want to put up this lady here, the sweet thief. Let's put up sweet thief. Let's put up our sweet thief, darling lover. This year, you want a better picture? You want to see how sweet she does look? Eh? This is the sweetest old thief I ever see in my life. She's sweet too bad. But she gangster, eh? I'll send it to you here. This is Sarah Lee. Sarah Lee lives in, come to me while you're doing your do. Sarah Lee lives in, what's the name of the place she lives again? Did I tell you? She lives in a bad man zone. Well, so-called bad man. Let's call it, but Jesus help me to remember today. Help me to remember. Because it's not just Aaron we have to deal with today. Sarah Lee lives in Parsley Street. You see, God has helped me, you know. Put out, yeah, I sent it already. Check in my thing. In my SAP. Sarah Lee lives in Parsley Street. Now, let me tell you all what Sarah Lee was doing. And I'm waiting for you all to build the live, but I'm dealing with everybody today. Everybody is being dealt with today. Oh, no, it's loading, Darren. That's why you haven't gotten it as yet. Yeah, now see that it's loading here because we're going to do the family interviews in parts so that we could all understand. And I want you all to jump in on this. This is very important. I hate false prophets. I hate people that use God's name in vain. And today, it will all come to an end. Matter of fact, not today, no. I'm going to do this in 3 parts. It's going to be done in 3 parts and exclusively right here on Real TV. But let's talk about Sarah Lee. Sarah Lee lives in Parsley Street. Go and check your chat now, man, Darren. Sarah picture there. The sweet thief there. The sweet thief is there. And she has all the mouth in the world. Sarah, push her up now, man. This is Sarah Lee. Sarah Lee was working in TT Post. You have a title for her? Make one quick for she now. I want you to put Sarah Lee, and you put your dash, sweet thief. That's all we want to know her as. Sarah Lee, sweet thief. So, come back to me. Yeah. Sarah Lee would have been working at TT Post. Now, let me tell you already racket sale already is running. All you know when all they get all their tickets. When all they get all their tickets, you all will go to, you need to pay it, right? So you will go to probably, you have to go to TT Post to pay the tickets. Well, Sarah Lee was involved in a racket where, Sarah Lee what? Sarah Lee, and you put the little dash, the straight dash, sweet thief, and that's it. Sarah said this, she said that how when I post her up, that could be one of the most interesting stories I ever get. She contact me now. And I like that because Sarah feel I wouldn't come past the street. She feel that I wouldn't come. I will come past the street. Because Sarah has not only just scammed one person, but many other persons. Pop sweet thief for we now, let me see. She would have told individuals. She matching with Masigi or kind of thing. She would have told individuals that she could clear tickets. That she has an individual that can clear tickets. Come back to me. The individual that she says that can clear tickets, she was taking half the amount that your ticket would have cost. So if your ticket cost $4,000, they were taking $2,000. With the promise and premise of clearing the tickets. When Sarah got caught, this last time here, The video that I sent you could start to download it, right? So by the time I'm ready for it, you will have it. Correct is right. It have one more coming on the way too. So when Sarah realized that she got caught, Sarah gave us a real movie, you know. Sarah tell the man she swear to God and she life. Because Sarah started to tell me that straight to the point goes by hearsay news. There is no way in God's heaven and hell that straight to the point puts anybody up without factual information. I see that, Romel. Don't worry. A little pressure Darren today now. Did the first time Darren in the fire? By yourself. Don't worry now. You relax yourself. Romel, you relax yourself. Don't worry. So, as I was saying, when Sarah realized that she would have gotten caught, Sarah started to say that the young lady was living in Point 14. Then she started to say that she could put her head on a block, that the young lady cleared the tickets. When the individual went and get the thing checked, the ticket wasn't cleared. Then Sarah said that there was a fella from down on her side, down in the Beatham, Mikey or Mickey or whatever his name is. And he was getting on like a so-and-so because his stuff wasn't cleared as well. Not knowing that Sarah was taking the people money and pocketing it. And telling people, yeah, your ticket clear. And what she was banking on was the fact that if anything, they wouldn't go to the police because it's illegal. It's racketry. But what Sarah don't understand, that she met her match with the person who was absolutely fed up and decided that they are going to give Sarah up. They're going to give Sarah up. And when, the Israelis say a thief have no memory. Remember that they say that? A thief have no memory? Trinitons, good afternoon. Betty, good afternoon. Randy, good afternoon. Romel. Usukimi, good afternoon. Nakita, Randy, Jaro Garcia, Shaquille, Augustus, good afternoon. Maya, I see you all on the live. Anthony, the Riley family, good afternoon to you. Betty James, all of you all. Cindy Young, Ayana Marshall, Romel Batiste, Dwayne King, Matthew Sniper, good afternoon to you. Where's my friend who likes to call me Big Nose? I ain't see him on the live. Cohen, Andy, Ayana Marshall, Jaro, good afternoon. I'm seeing all of you all here on the live this afternoon. Good afternoon, Roger. I see you as well. Slimmers, going on, lover. And she believes that she's above the law. Mind you, this young lady was fired from TT Post. She has an outstanding of $4,000. I'm giving her time to pay that $4,000. How much time you think I should give her? Her time it is based on what Darren said. Darren, how much time you think I should give her? Darren, you're trying to be nice because she's a little sexy. Is them woman and them who just look real good is the ones and them that is be real pressure, Arlene Richards, good afternoon. I'm giving her 2 weeks. In 2 weeks' time, I'm coming for that money. You better sell a phone, you better sell something, because you're taking the people money, and there's more than that person, eh? Because there have other people that come around, but we're dealing with this one because the rest have to bring the evidence. This individual in particular brought all the evidence, and we're dealing with that. I don't want to talk too much on the Spranger from Maloney. God, I shouldn't have said that. The Spranger part is okay, but the Maloney part. How you could take take somebody iPhone 17 Pro Max. And you know the boy save up his money and all them kind of things to buy that phone by. And she's such a piper. You take the boy phone and you're going with it. And then you're telling people, you ain't take the phone, you don't know nothing about that, you this, you that, you the other. But then, you know what was the sad part? The sad part was all her friends and people who know her coming out and saying, I know, why she's an old thief, you know. They started to say she's an old thief, you know. But today, on my very sad program, you realize I didn't put on a suit, I didn't put on a jacket. Because you're going to get very hot with Aaron Change Joseph. Now, I want to give you all my synopsis. Slimmers and DJ Drea. DJ Drea, we're going to get all the information. We are going to get all the information in regarding to that little piper. We're going to get all the information. You don't know what's the nice part about it is? I'm going to tell all you how my team make up. We have an investigative department within Straight to the Point, as well as the members of my security detail. They also make up the investigation department. I wouldn't toot my horn to say I'm very connected, but I'm connected. And you wouldn't believe this, Darren. One of my members of my security detail would have contacted me and told me that he knows of the young lady. He knows of her. It's going to make my life so much easier. It's going to make my life. All she had to do is get back the phone, you know. All she had to do is get back the phone, and I said, yeah, the boy get his phone. Imagine the boy had to use his girlfriend phone now. He had to use his girlfriend phone. Them had to share a phone. So when he go to work, he have no phone, and he have to wait until when the girlfriend come back. When the girl come back, that's it. So let's talk now about Pastor Aaron Joseph Change. Before we do that, I want you to, this person here, where is it? She can't be too shame, you know. In this Straight to the Point folder, you downloaded the picture with the man, with the gray, yeah. Put them up for me, please, quickly. Let me just deal with that very fast. This guy here, this guy here, he is in connection with vehicle number PDP 8604. This vehicle has gone missing. Let me tell you the backstory on this very quickly. PDP 8604. Writing bounce checks. When I put him up earlier on today, somebody messaged me with some information and told me he's dangerous. It can't be more dangerous than God. I want to say congratulations to Straight to the Point as well. We have done 3.6 million today. 3.6 million views today. So I want to say congratulations to us on that. So when I put him up, let me just get this very quickly. What is his name? or carry or some kind of shipping or so. I'm looking for him. It is reported that he is be around Total Pet Care. That's in 6th Avenue in Barrett area. You have the picture of the vehicle? Put up the picture of the vehicle. I'm looking for this BMW. PDP 8604. Anybody with information on this BMW? He is evading the persons that own this vehicle. He would have had a signed contractual agreement with them. And he's hidden the vehicle. And he's not answering. All attempts have been failed. And these are the kind of men, come back to me, these are the kind of men that is take advantage of people in it. He reminds me of my situation that I had with a guy named Malan Job. Malan Job is a big con man. Malan Job is a con man. I repeat, Malan Job is a con man. And Malan Job gave me a car. He had owed money, he owed me money. And gave me a car to liquidate his loan. And that car, he would have leased that car for 5 years and was paying $5,000 a month for 5 years with that vehicle and gave it to me. And when the persons that he leased the car to were looking at him and they couldn't find him, they came after me. They didn't come in a pretty way. And when they came, and I described what was going on, the man who initially came for me said, but I know that man. We end up going by his house because of some money scandal thing from before, and went to his mother and called him and said, we go burn down the house with your mother inside. And that boy did not flinch. Didn't care. His father died. Mother says she tried her best with him. But he continues to scam people. I haven't heard about him in a while. But you know, I'm never afraid. Got information at some point in time. Somebody went by somebody to try and get me killed. That didn't happen. Also got information because one of the informants would have been murdered right in his house. Does that scare me? No, it doesn't. And because of that, certain things fell through. But God is good. Every day I walk past my enemies, and it's a cool scene, you know. Darren, today I walked through town. I walk through town, people hail me, hey, look, thing where people take picture with me. I just start to take haircuts regular. And I was cool. I was cool. Once my Bible in my bag, I did it. I showed Darren the Bible today. Nice black leather Bible, eh? Yeah. So let's talk about Pastor Joseph, Pastor Aaron Joseph. So Pastor Joseph had an investment, how to put it? Where you call that? You was on the scene when we did the interview. Or you want to describe that? That's our investment what? Let me tell you this, eh? This thing so... Anyhow, there were people that contacted me before, and then I got in contact with this family. And then a young lady also contacted me, telling me that her house has been put up. Her house has been put up for sale. And she explicitly said that the house is not for sale. So let me start from there. She sent me Let me start here. Aaron Joseph Chance changed. Aaron Joseph, Mr. Divine Connection, hides behind being a pastor. I realize that some of these guys live for social media. Yeah? There's so much things in it. Now, we playing that second. We're not playing that first. Let's start here. Did I send you the... Let's start with the property that the lady says she didn't authorize them to put up. The woman in the pink top. Let's see it. Go ahead. Yeah, she's doing a display at the house. Let's start there.
And it's still not guaranteed. Why not explore other options?
That was one of the
Do you
last
know that
videos
there's
that I would have
private
done.
properties? With Divine Connection Agency, you don't need to worry about your background, your financial status, or waiting a crazy amount of years for approval. We offer payment plans for all our properties. Reach out to any one of our agents to get started.
Right, come back to me. Right. Go in the chat. There's a document there. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 documents. You've seen that, right? Right. So you download it and we'll put it up in order. So I was given these documents, which Mr. Chance would have sent to the victim of this house. They have no authority to have this house up and placed on for sale. Now, mind you, Aaron is allergic to contracts. And we will get into that side of it very shortly. I wish I could bring this lady on, but she's in work right now. She's in work. You got the documents? One more to download. This one's shorter than the one with the Rileys, eh? And there are many other persons. But I don't know, for some reason, some people are afraid of him. And I don't know why there's a statement in a recording that I listened to between Aaron and some people, where Aaron told them, you don't take the law of Trinidad and Tobago seriously. You don't take the law of Trinidad seriously. Because they ask some very serious questions about maintenance, what will happen after, and some legalities. And he insinuated, well, a small thing, we'd rather study that. The law is a joke here, which alone should tell you that it's a red flag. Yeah? Let's put up the document. So let's do the first page. So this contract, now you know I like to blow it up for people who are called cataract. So let's blow that up for the people who have cataract in the building. Yeah? And for those of you all that are joining us for the first time, I want to say good afternoon and welcome. And I'm doing it very nice and slow today because I don't want anybody to miss anything. Blow it up a little bit more, Darren. I want to be able to, for the viewers to read on the screen, on the television screen. And just bring it down a little bit, and you would stay in there because you may have to, when I move, you move. Just like that. Nice. So this contract was sent by Aaron to the owner of this house. Right? And this is what the contract read. And this agreement is made the 17th day of March 2026 between Royal Derrick, hereinafter called owner on the first part, and Divine Connections Agency, hereinafter called broker of the second part, collectively referred to as the parties. Whereas the parties is in the consideration of the covenants, herein contained agreed as follows. For the period of time beginning in the date upon which the parties have set their hands to this agreement for a term of blank months, the owner hereby grants to the broker the open listing right to sell the property known as lot number 2, Sancho Trace, Calcutta, number 1 settlement, McBean, Couva. Right? Whereas the owner acknowledged receipt of an explanation of the types of broker relationships that is offered by the brokerage, and that after entering into this agreement, the broker might request a modification in order to act as a dual agent or a designated agent in the specific transaction, and hereby agrees to grant the broker permission to act as a dual agent. And whereas upon the permission granted to act as a dual agent, the broker has advised the owner of this company's policy and terms of conditions relating to its relationship and compensating other agents, and the owner hereby agrees to the terms and conditions explained and the compensation of agents. This agreement shall start blank date, time, whatever, at 12 midnight listing period unless the expiration date is extended in writing. The commission shall be due if the property is sold, conveyed, exchanged, optioned, or otherwise transferred within 6 months, extension period, blah, 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 blah. The broker agrees to employ best efforts to sell or secure a contract for the sale of the property for a price of $3.5 million or such other price or upon such other term, including exchange to which the owner may subsequently agree during the authorization period. The owner agrees to pay the broker a commission, which will be the difference between the owner's minimum asking price of $3,500,000 and the agreed price by the buyer who is ready, willing, and able to purchase the property, or 2% of the sale price, which is greater in value. The owner and broker agree that there shall be no variation in or exception in the amount of the fee or commission to be paid unless otherwise agreed to in writing and executed as an addendum to this agreement in principal agreement. It is agreed under this provision that the commission due and owing to the broker upon the completion of the conveyance is to be secured, and the down payment and subject to the other provisions of this agreement is due to the broker. Now, one of the things I want to ask today live on television is this business registered? Does he have a real estate license? To sell and buy and sell land and property, you should know what is required, sir. Woohoo, you're sleeping in the wall. If you're talking in my ears. Or is it that my thing? Or no, my thing, you know. Darren, you here with me? I know you're not me. Your mic switch on or it off? So what going on there? All right. Devil busy today. Right, I hear you now. Yeah. You know to patching say in? You're patching? Tell me, what is the requirements? You have to have a license and you have to have a registered company. That's the criteria to selling property, right? All right. I want you just check for me. You could pat yourself back out. You know, somehow let us say wrong thing in my ears. Go in my same chat, that the Pure Media chat, right? You see that screenshot there? I want you to just put that up for me. Oh, just now. Let me just do something here. Don't take that one. Take the next one that I sent in here. Yeah? So you see the next one in the chat there? If you talk and I not hear you. You see the one, right? The one that the name and thing is inducted. Darren, they say they wasn't here, yeah? I just say it. Yeah. Right. You get the picture? Put up that screenshot for me. Yeah. Is it that you all are hearing on the live, right? Just want to make sure. Yeah. This is the screenshot here. You all are reading? Let's just swing it up for those that have cataract. This was sent to me. You all see the time, right? 4:22 today. 4:22 today. Scroll down before you reach to the top there. I just want them to see that I would have been sent the documents of the contract that was unsigned and there was no agreement. And let's scroll up to the top now, where it shows that was what he sent. My lawyer advised not to do any business with him. He took pictures of my house and without our approval started to post pics. When we called him and told him we did not tell him to advertise, he was very rude. A pastor? The pastor was rude? My husband told him he is a fake and he's trying to rob people. He was not FIU registered. I could imagine how much people get scammed. Up to today, my house is still up on their site. Come back to me. They not personal, you know. But I tell you that two things I hate. I hate persons that take advantage of elderly people. I hate people who sit under the pretense of God, as a man of God, as somebody holy, as somebody righteous, and doing unrighteous things. But God has reminded us that man will be man. And I live by the scripture, he without sin cast the first stone. But then I also live by the scripture that says, faith without works is dead. You was there when I was telling the family last night, and this screenshot was nothing to do with the family that I came to. This person came on their own, and there are many other persons that has come to us in regarding to Mr. Aaron, because apparently people were very afraid. I don't know for what. And when somebody invests over, let me say 6 digits, we know 100,000s, right? When people invest 6 figures, and you tell them that you're going to put them in an elite board, what he didn't know is that receipts were being collected. What he didn't know is that all the information would have been documented and stored. All. Every last piece of information. Imagine a pastor. I go in there. Buying land in Tobago. call the pastor and tell the pastor to bump up the price now. What kind of pastor doing that kind of shady business? I'd love to know. In fact, let me don't lie. But I want to put it like that, you know. I'd love to know why you and your wife really separated. You know? I would love to know why you and your wife really separate. I would love to know why, when victims have contacted your ex-wife, she says, I want nothing to do with that. Imagine you put up on your social media and you gallivanting yourself, finally legally divorced. Like if the woman was the worst thing out, or they was nice business partners. And the more I started digging into these two individuals, is the more cobwebs in the closet, eh? But I don't want to go into nobody's cobwebs, so I will leave the cobwebs alone. Today, at least. I like Darren, you know. Darren only balling right. This mic on, right? This is what? Pack number. It on? I'm going to play this here. I'm going to put some things here to play. Let's take a listen to some things now. Before we get into the juice, a woman come and message me and say, oh, like she trying to defend she pastor. She say, oh, the man of God does not take offering. And if he does, he gives it to somebody in the congregation who is in need. Some of these people and them grooming all and all, and even know they're being groomed. Let's play some stuff here. Take a listen to this conversation. That might be one of Corey boys, you know.
So, partner, I have no problem with signing a document because I know we're going to be making some money. Yeah, even if whatever push comes to shove, I'll tell you, sell the property, we go into but we do it all day. If I don't do it all day, we're not right. So you know, invest. You got to put your name in as the investor, right? This one. This what you send me. What, send me down? Yeah. This not your thing? Yeah, this is your one. Oh, your doctor is right there? Yeah, that she printed off my signature. I thought you were no, she sent it back to me. She knows send it back to me. Execution. Investigator today. This is time yours or no? This is just you want me you do, man. You said no one yet. I said no one, but that is just what I want to implement. Right. Like this one you said, right? Right. Yeah. Right. This is this. Alright. She fight for it and she printed it out. So you want to revise it over? But I didn't read out that already. After that, I didn't see nothing that I do. And you just I don't know what security to what we already talk about, which I mean I understand that. Right now I'm worried I bet African get a vision and a use. Only what you have in your head, I understand, but you don't understand what I have in your head. I see everything enough. But I didn't know how it was going on unfold. But now it's making sense how it's going on unfold. When God just gone in Africa. What's your way to that's an air for? And I say no Africa, what the hell are you gonna do here in this big African place? Today we have about 60-something African agents. Go on, right? So I understand what's really going on. Remember, I had to bring this vision up now for everybody to fully understand what we're going on here. Because it's not Iran just kind of start the seed. Yeah. Well, let's think for those who don't know, right? That happened for you. Nothing to improve. Nothing. And I style us to the computer.
Alright, so I've seen some people saying that the audio is a little off, or they're not hearing it clearly, or whatever the case may be. So, let me see. That in particular, let me just transcribe. Let me transcribe for you. There was a video that Aaron did. In fact, let's start at the beginning where the Rileys are concerned. The Rileys would have met Aaron and got into a deal with them. Play my video, which is the last video that I sent you. Yes. So I want you all to pay attention to this. I want you all to pay attention to this. What I will do, I will sort out the audio clippings that you all could hear it properly. I will sort that out after we play this video. So let's play the first part of this video now. So let's go to it.
We've been very careful to stick.
Put it in my ears too, right?
And then that's what happened in March, April, May. In May, when it was time for him to make his payment on the 3rd of May, the payment wasn't made. And so when we said, well, where is the payment? So he said, well, you guys said you want to come out of contract, so we want to know what are you doing. And by the way, what's happening with the house for all? And we said, you can't do that.
That's not the first part.
Contract, which means you have to make
This is like second part. Yeah. Play the first part.
It's supposed to be the 3rd.
Yeah, let's play the first part. Let's play the first part. Only my leg in it? This leg here? Sure? Alright. Nice arm. Yep. Alright. Here, there we go. As I lean forward, you see in half. Pull it back to the corner there. See if you get fuller.
You want you to?
Yeah. So if it's get everybody in the
Best,
good, eh?
Yeah, real good.
Alright. Ready to roll. Rolling? Right. So we are here tonight and basically going straight on information. A family that basically would have reached out on social media describing their experience with a business deal that I think, I wouldn't say sour, but I would say, you know, when persons don't do things the right way, there are a lot of times that persons may just say, let me get out and count my losses. And then there are other persons that would say, this is not right, and we need to stand up for what is right, and also protect other persons that may become a victim or may be a victim. So today we're going to actually hear, you know, what it is that would have been taking place and stuff. So I'm here tonight with
Anthony
Riley,
Maya,
Kareem, and Kareem. So we have Anthony, Maya, and Kareem. So tell me, you know, when did this whole thing started in terms of this investment? From the first day that you saw it, how did you all even get to see it? And then, you know, what was the steps that was taken to get into it?
We started off.
No, you got the good thing, you know.
It's good thing.
Yeah, it's good thing.
We see it on an ad.
Right, we see it on an ad from one of my friend, Denison Pear. So I called him to find out about a land deal that he was advertising for Divine Connection Agency.
Right.
So I called and I find out about it, and it was a rent-to-own land. So I reached out to him, and he put me on to Aaron Joseph.
Right.
After he put me on to Aaron Joseph, we started to talk and we started to discuss other things, and we go into deeper conversation about what his business is all about, and he started to talk about the investment, and started to talk about the cast for all and the cast for all and all these different things that projects that he have upcoming now, because it was in January. We start that talk. So right after that day, we end up talking about our business. So we started to exchange ideas. Now.
Right, right.
We started to talk about what we wanted to do from the beginning. We have a small business, a small family business. Me, the three of us running it, and we do houses now. We build, we contracting, we contractor. We do small houses.
Right. Change full construction and
full construction.
Right.
We go all out, right? From this foundation, go all the way up.
Right.
And we say we build houses and we do a little something because what he was explaining to us is that it's for helping people now.
Okay.
He go on to say like it was for helping people.
For people who couldn't.
People couldn't fully afford.
Can afford
to put on that mortgage and get things. Okay.
So
right.
that is why we kind of come out and say, you know what? It sounds like a good idea, and he's a man of God. He's talking, that is what really kind of drive me into that direction to really trust him, because he keep mentioning, God vibes, and he's a pastor, and why you a pastor will I, you understand? And he helping people and things.
Wow. It's like a joint business venture to work together to build the houses through the Divine Connections Agency program. But we already were building our homes, so it was to really work together to bring homes to people who wouldn't ordinarily be able to afford homes or be able to get mortgages or loans through the bank.
Right.
So it was to kind of bypass the bank and help people, everyday people who who are fed up of renting.
Right.
Yeah.
And people who were, fed up of waiting for HDC homes and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
So around that day now, so that is where we decide to start. You say like we will go into a little small venture together. We're gonna provide the homes, and he gonna give it out to the people that need the homes and things like according to like people who have their own land. In his program, he have people invest in land, people invest in money. So people invest a lot of land into the program because they don't have the money in a way.
Right.
So he had the land invested into the program, so that we know, could come now and we could build the houses on the land and things, so people could start to pay the rent. It's a good idea,
Right. And then they'll just make back the money with the rent that coming in.
That coming. So we say that is a real good idea. There's a good venture. We're going into that. That's something good. But he had a different agenda.
Right.
So we only learn that in the second half. When does it come to
Before, what we forgot to mention is we had a meeting, us and my sister-in-law. We had a meeting where we were able to ask more questions regarding the investment side of things, and that's where he spoke about the 2.5% and what we'd be able to get per month on our investment.
Right.
So it seemed like a great incentive alongside what would then be taking place as the houses. So it's like two separate ventures. But
so the initial investment would have been what before the 2.5? When you all had that understanding, it was just in terms of building the house for those persons that could not have, and then what would have been the return?
The investment come under different so he have an investment program.
Right.
The investment program is you put in money and you get returns on your money, and when it is that you finish the program, is this 12 months or 6 months, because your contract marks 6 months to 12 months, you could get your full capital back.
Right. So your initial amount.
So, and your profit.
So the profit is paid at the end of the month, at the end of the 12 months, or is it paid monthly?
No, paid monthly. So monthly you're getting your returns on your investment.
Right.
But it was 2.5.
Right, 2.5% of
2.5 of your investment.
The House for All program, where the houses would have been built, there was a structure such as a core members team, which was made up of 5 of them.
Yeah.
And then there was a corporate investors team, and then what was the other one?
It was
core and something else.
It was but the man all kind of team, the man a team like so.
But he said, if you're putting in more than 6 figures or more than 5 figures,
that was just
a table, sort of like to lure you in.
Yeah,
so
that
it's
was
almost like a pyramid then.
That was like a web.
That seemed like.
It looked like he tell everybody that has 6 figures, you get a seat at the table. So everybody gets a seat at the table, but nobody know how much people sitting on the table.
So they were sitting on in the high echelon tables
in the big boy table,
right,
as he said.
So you were sitting on with the big boys.
And because he would be making the houses in the House for All program, he was then invited to a seat as a core member, which only had at the time 4 people. So he would have been the 5th person that they were putting into the program because he was having a large investment and because he would be making the homes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He keep going on and saying I is his main man in the program because I will bringing the houses to them. So I see, well, even though I mentioned to him, I said, listen, it's a small team, this is the team, it's a small business, family business that we're running. We don't want, he could take the exposure. We just want to make sure that we get we houses sell and we do it in a way where it is that everything would be just how we planned it from the beginning now. But things changing so much as it go along. It started to get like, you know what, she started to do up contracts on behalf of the both of us now. We started to put things together in a way where it is like he verbally making arrangements and not putting anything on paper.
Right.
So she started draft paper up.
We
One of the
we had meetings. One of the things that kept happening was in having discussions about liability because he had his workers and then our company had our workers and he wanted to sort of have like a collaboration of his workers and our workers. He wanted to pay less overall for the workers, which he could do with his workers because they weren't necessarily skilled. They were just, coming into, they were practicing labour's right.
Which is a good thing.
So you had unskilled labourers on the...
It had people, so it had like, what's called them? Block to business. Block to business was any youngsters from on the block want to come off the block and take them off the streets and give them a little blight, right? And offer...
So what was happening was we were discussing when building the homes, if it were, for example, like the HDC homes, if there were disrepairs and things needed to be done, who would take liability for that? He was trying to avoid accountability from there. So those were some of the red flags coming up. And when we discussed it internally as a team, we realised that, what did he say? I said, well, who would be liable for if there was a repair after a year? What would happen in that case? Because people have spent a lot of money at that point. What would happen? And he said, oh, the law's not...
The man said the law in Trinidad is not to be taken seriously.
Yeah, it's not that serious.
I had that on recording too. I record every conversation from January to now. I have everything.
And so that was some of the reasons we decided, how can we build homes with somebody who understands the state of affairs when it comes to HDC homes? How could we then build our homes? And he's not really that bothered about what would happen.
The legal side of it,
so the whole point is to help people. How can we help people if they're stuck with repairs after and they've paid all of this money? So amongst other red flags, we decided this isn't going to work in terms of making the homes themselves. He was going back on a lot of the things he was saying. When it was time to talk about the contracts, he was just like, just put it on paper, give it to my secretary. But he didn't seem very concerned about the business aspect of sticking to what he was saying.
Right.
And so how could we be in business with somebody who doesn't really want to do what he said? So we decided
so what are some of the other things that he would have gone back that would have also encouraged you in saying, you know what, let's just end this? So I know you said that he basically switched back on some of the things that he said he was going to deal with and do, but give me a little bit more detail in terms of some of the arrangements that you would have had and what took place.
So in terms of the investment, so when we pulled out of the House for All side, we were still investors. So because we already received returns for our investment for the month of March, it seemed as though, well, that part's okay. Nothing seemed untoward at that point. We can continue going forward. But we just wasn't making the houses with him anymore.
Right.
But the actual investment was still very normal because we received the investment for March.
So the monies were still coming?
The money was coming, but...
We were asking for the copy of the contract the entire time.
Touching?
Yeah, well, when we put the money, it was 2.5% for all of our money put together. I don't know if it's because when you watch how much money is 2.5% of such an amount, he said, all right, the first set of money you get 2.5%, the next set of money you get 1%. So we wasn't getting 2.5% on our money.
Verbally though, not on no contract, nothing.
The payments will show it's not 2.5%. If you take 2.5% of this amount, if you check in how much we got, it's not 2.5% of this amount.
Right.
Simple.
So that's the first red flag. The first red flag was that when it is that he changed it without any coming together and say, well, this is what XYZ is the case. We're going to put it on contract. Or
because he said the money needs to be in before the 30th of January because the investment program is closing off at that point, and he wouldn't be taking any more investments after that. But the money went in through the bank, and then for whatever happened, the money bounced back, or he reversed the money. And so it no longer was going in at the end of January, so we couldn't get 2.5 anymore. And we sort of took it on the chin, didn't we?
Oh, so that's what he said. He reversed the money.
He reversed the money.
So he
sent it back to you.
Yeah, well, we didn't really understand what was taking place there. We say it was just probably the bank, but then it was a calculated move because at the end of the day, he did that a recent guy that came to us here with all the evidence that the man same exact pattern and the same thing that he told him. He told me he told the same guy that he have it in the FIU.
Right.
So the FIU ain't approve as yet and so. But I said like 6 months down the line, the man ain't approve FIU as yet and really. So it started seem kind of fishy. But we was already out the door. We foot out the door already. But this guy didn't know.
Right.
So when I get to understand that this fella come out with his evidence and he was going to take 50,000 from this guy for land in Chickland. And he get away with because he did already take a manager's check. Is a manager's check demanded right up him, but he didn't want it in the manager's check, so he received the manager's check, but before the bank closed and before the man leave the bank, he tell him say, hey, I can't receive this, XYZ is the case, and he give the man the explanation. He could talk, and then he go back in the bank. The man went and say, well, here what, I need this check change. The bank now say, well, nah, this ain't looking correct, I feel they win and get scammed. So the bank didn't give him the $50,000 from the check. That's how he didn't receive that. But he ended up going and scoring the man $1,500 under some kind of lawyer vibes, saying
one of the questions we've been trying to find out is where's the lawyer. So originally when we asked for the copy of the contract, we asked just after the first amount of money was paid, he signed the agreement, and he was supposed to give the contract after the second amount was paid. The second amount was paid on the 6th of February, and after that we were asking for the contract, and he said, well, it's in point, it's with my lawyer, it's in QREP. So when we put it on record to say, can you officially tell us where the contract is, to this day he's never put in writing where our contract is. He knew he signed it. We have our witness who was there at the time of the signing on the 23rd of January.
Also, you don't have the contract that you would have?
No.
Nah, he have it.
And you have a copy?
We only have the drafted version of what we sent him on the 23rd of January.
Yeah, we have the WhatsApp conversations when we send in the draft, the revised copy of his contract, because he gave us the contract on the 23rd of January in the morning, and we revise it and we say, nah, this ain't sounding correct, this ain't looking correct. We revise it, we do it over, we put more security on it, and as he I have that on recording too, where he said there is no problem, he would sign it, and he signed that, and up to now this man has returned this contract for years yet.
Because he said many different things about the location of it,
where the contract
is.
We asked him, well, where is it? And it's only through, I believe it was in the middle of June, when speaking to a legal advisor who then spoke to him to ask him where the contract is. That's the first time he said, I don't know where it is. So we thought, well, if we're in business together, surely you should know what terms and conditions we're holding you to and you're holding us to, because we both have to be accountable for what we've signed. And he very nonchalant, he didn't care about it. And he didn't put it in writing, no matter how many times we asked about it. He never put it in writing, so we don't have it on record apart from what he said to the legal advisor at the time.
Wow. So when it is that you would have made mention to him in terms of, you want out, and how you felt with the indiscrepancies and everything else, what was his response over that? What was that like for you all then?
When I first mentioned him, I said, this thing making sense. I talked to the team, which is the three of us talked, and we say, well, this ain't making sense. Nothing you say is coming true, and you ain't keeping to your word. So all these things that we started to talk about and say, this ain't making any sense. We want out. He wasn't transparent with the information he's supposed to be sharing with me, because he's supposed to be giving an account of all the funds that, because he gave me, a part of me being the board, part of the board member, he was supposed to show where the money going, and he promised that is one of the things that we're going to be seeing, right? So you're going to be showing where the land is, we're going to be seeing all which part the money spending and how they spend. Up to this day I see that. Up to this day me see no budget sheet, nothing. So when we realized, it's been about 3 months?
It's been a couple of months.
A couple of months in, and I say this is making sense. Everybody wanted to see what was we investment really doing, because we seen a lot of activities, but nothing really materializing now. So that is when we decided to say, you know what, we're gonna pull out.
So we had that meeting with all of us on WhatsApp. And we expressed how we were feeling. That
was like a WhatsApp call?
Yeah, and we expressed that we haven't received the copy of the contract. We've been chasing for months. So we were being very careful to wait till the 6-month mark. And then that's what happened in March, April, May. In May, when it was time for him to make his payment on the 3rd of May, the payment wasn't made. And so when we said, well, where is the payment? So he said, well, you guys said you want to come out of contract, so we want to know, what are you doing? And by the way, what's happening with the House for All? And we said, you can't do that. You have to stick to the pre-existing contract, which means you have to make your payments on time, which was supposed to be the 3rd of May. He didn't make the payment. When we explained to him, you cannot introduce new terms, because he said, we're withholding payment until we get correspondence to find out what you're doing. Are you staying in business or not? We said, you can't do that. You have to just honor what you're supposed to do. And as of that moment, I think it was about 5 days later, that's when the payment was made. And then the same thing happened again in June. The payment wasn't made on time. And then we wrote again. That's when he sent the payment. And then we realised we're at the 6-month mark, and that's when we sent the letter of termination on the 9th of June.
On the 9th of June, you sent the... And was there a response to the the termination letter, in terms of, did he respond or?
Yeah. His response was that they accepted it under clause 7 of our contract, which we've been referring to for months and months. He did accept the notice of termination, and tried to. We said we want the money back within the 30 days after the notice expires, and that's when he proposed. He wanted to vary the agreement, offering the money over 6 months, saying that he would pay it back by December, and offered a partial payment of land. He was offering other things, and we said no, we just want the money back as per the contract. And that's when the
so basically he tried to pay all of his land instead of
he was trying, and then he said that he couldn't pay it back within 30 days because it would sort of interrupt the operation of his business.
But the contract had stated that. So
yeah.
Right. So
that's exactly how we felt.
So he says that in the. So then, what is he saying now? That in December,
the payment will be made on or before December 2026.
Text me that.
Yeah.
So he texts everybody the same thing.
Same thing.
I can't just after liquidate assets. I can't just find that money. You have to liquidate assets, and it takes time.
But then in one of the correspondence, he said that they don't have any cash flow problem, so that we would expect the money back in line with the contract within 30 days of the expiration of the termination. And then he changed what he had to say each time. It continuously changed, and as it stands now, he's also in breach as well because of the Curate property. The original contract he offered on around 10 o'clock on the 23rd of January was offering the security of the Curate property. So when we'd spoken to the legal advisor, his name is not on the title or deed of the curate property.
Right.
So she advised that he shouldn't have put that in the contract in the first place. So our lawyer actually wrote to him regarding the breach of contract. By the 10th of August, he would have been in default anyway. But that was our position in the pre-action protocol letter. And he wrote back saying that, well, this whole thing is just a discussion. We're trying to avoid litigation, but you know, this whole thing was just a discussion. What agreement? Several agreements. So it's just more delay tactics. And this is
So what he's saying is that you all didn't have an agreement with you.
Yeah, but that is why we put out the last video.
But our experience the entire time has been this whole of, you know, just avoiding accountability, lack of transparency, just trying to, you know, I've got to talk to my lawyer before I respond to the questions. But then we said, okay, that's fine, but can you tell us where the contract is?
Still
so
back
it's
to the
been
same
a lot
thing.
of games, a lot of tactics.
He know how to loop things in such a way where it is time go be running and wasting.
Yeah.
And he also know that there's a kind of there's a very difficult way for people to go through legal advice and legal thing. It's costly. That is why he target a certain type of people, so that they, when it is they reach the legal aspect of things, they realize, well, hey, this thing expensive. For paying him just to go into court is a legal.
But as a high court matter.
Yeah, the high court matter. So he knows that now. There's not much people who will be able to come out with that money to just upfront pay to go to high court, and he knows that.
I remember seeing the response. That response was made by him personally and not by his lawyer.
Not by his lawyer.
And he did say on many occasions he needs to go and seek legal advice. And when we did ask in one of our correspondence, can you tell us who your lawyer is? And he said only after we sign his proposal for the addendum that he would give us his lawyer's contact details. So it was almost like only if you sign this and say that I'm not going to be in default, that's when I'll give you my attorney's details.
But how he could say he's not in default when... But I mean, the contract itself would have been null and void. The fact that what you would have used as security on the investment, you can't use it, because at the end of the day, if anything is to happen, legally, you can't take any type of ownership or anything of that sort of the property because it's not on his name.
Not on his name.
And then, I mean, everything would have just gone up in smoke.
Yeah.
When we asked him questions, that's when he actually sent the probate. And we said, well, this is not the title or deed. We want to know about the curate property. Tell us more.
This is the curate property that he testified about, right? That the with the lady, and she signed the property over to him, and she died, and that's in a kind of bacchanal now, because I heard some family came up.
Yes.
Okay. That is the same property. Yeah.
Yes.
Because right now that property in I think they're in court.
Yeah.
But did you know about the property before that? Like, to know that it had that?
He didn't give us any details. It's just that because we were asking about our copy of the contract, and he mentioned curate, and then he said different things, we decided, well, we need to do a bit more digging to find out. And that's when we came across Michaela John's video, which is something that happened a year ago. That seemed to have just been buried for a bit. But when we saw that, we said, okay, we need to do some more digging, because not enough information seemed to be out there about him and his
scheme.
Yeah.
Umpire.
Yeah. But when we found out that video, we started to ask questions, and that's when we went up to legal affairs to find out some more about the property.
Yeah, we started to do our own investigation.
Find out there was an injunction against the property. He failed to mention that, and we asked questions. He said, well, I assure you this property is going to be ours. That's one of his correspondence as well. Assuring us that the property is going to be theirs. Don't worry about anything, it belongs to us, you know. Just
like we shook with.
Wow.
Like we shook with.
Wow.
So he accustomed doing that and trying to persuade people to believe, hey, everything will be alright, you don't have to worry yourself. But really and truly, everything you have to worry yourself about, because nothing he say, you had to take everything with a little bit of pinch of salt with what he said, because half of it could be true and the next half could be your demise. You understand? So
that's crazy.
That is where we are right now. Where we are right now with him.
So after all of that, we know the 6 month period is up. The 30-day period has has passed, y'all have made any agreement in terms of that? Because I know now y'all would have gone out, and I'm 100% sure he saw your video by the fact that he did a response. Has he tried to communicate with y'all since after that?
No.
So when you put out the video, he tried to communicate with anyone of y'all?
No, he tried to clear himself by saying
before the video.
He didn't contact anybody then?
No, after. Before was he said with the thing about the next 6 months he'll be able to pay us and liquidate the property, all his assets and whatever. But I told him, well, it's supposed to be in the first 6 months. That's what the contract said. He said no. That was just a talk. The same thing he said.
Yeah, it was a conversation.
Yeah.
So
I think one of the biggest wind-ups in this is that he remembers different things, but because he's putting different things on paper, we understand that, well, the only reason you could do something like this is to delay, because you know how slow the court system will be, or you know certain things are going to happen, but you want to take us all the way through it because it's going to bide your time.
Yeah, it'll buy time
to do what you want to do anyway.
Or you take other people's money and give you the money that he took from other people and put them through the... Yeah, because, I mean, based on my understanding of his business, is that he employs people to work as agents. And they bring in clients. So that way he doesn't have to do any of the work. It's a referral business. You bring in people, they refer, and as they refer, they bring, and then once they meet the requirements, they meet him, and he closes the deals.
That is it.
And when he closes the deals, that's it. And then he sends these people out. Now these people, apparently they get a commission based on... They don't get a commission?
Nah, for the people
he says
you don't pay nobody.
A lot of people we've spoken to, a lot of people have not received money for the work that they've done. A lot of people who've worked tirelessly and not been paid, been promised certain things and not received what he promised. So a lot of, if you have a look at even all over TikTok, you'll see the amount of people who were putting out a lot of ads, and at a certain date it stops. And then you go, I wonder why they stopped. They didn't get paid.
A lot of them created profiles on
Divine
TikTok.
Connectors.
Divine Connectors. They put their name on Divine Connectors. I saw a couple of them, some persons that I know. And I saw that they were putting up like videos saying this could be you, or you could get this and make this, and I saw it.
Most of them didn't get paid for that.
A lot of what people have said is that because everybody did believe in the vision that he put out, because it is good, it's a good vision, it's just the wrong person trying to execute it, because a lot of people believed in it, put the hard work in, and then he changed the terms and conditions of things, including what happened with Makeda John. Her video where she's speaking about the fact that she was coming down to the meetings and using her rent money because he was promising to pay and then didn't pay, and then it put her in a very difficult situation with her family.
The meetings, so to just explain that, because I'm not too familiar with the video. I know that there was some sort of drama that took on social media. People started to talk and then it just died down. Like a 7 days walk. No, she was what, a member of the church, or the meetings were the investments?
No, she was an agent, so I believe she was doing the promoting and advertising. She was so it's like different people, different business have
right. Because I know there's a couple things that he's doing well, not just the housing, the cars, and so many other different. I've done some backgrounds on him, and persons actually came to me before to get in on the business where the cars was concerned, and the person was trying to explain to me, and I just never went anywhere with it, because I find that if you are an agent and you don't really fully know how it's working, but you're trying to sell me,
you can't
you're basically telling me this here is a pool full of water that is going to make me younger and you can't drunk, but when you're watching it, it's black. You don't know what there, you don't know how deep it is. And there's no apparatus around to put into that to say, okay, let's test the depth, let's see how far it's going. You're telling me, trust me, It's 2 inches. It's just jump in. And when I jump in, I go straight down and I drown because it's a hole, you know. So I mean, it's sad though because there's a lot of people that get into these schemes, and one of the things that they use is the term called investment.
Yeah. Because
when you check the meaning of investment also means risk.
Yeah.
And in a contract, they put a lot of times persons who are scheming and scamming, they tend to use the word investment and not borrow or lend. Because when you borrow, then you have to 100% pay back. You could lose by borrowing and lending. When you invest, they can lie and say the people on them who was involved in the thing, however, they're dead. Remember, you don't know who else is a part. And then all that they do now is to say, okay, well, this failed, and well, you know, I've lost X, Y, and Z, and well, you know, you'll have to take a loss off of that. Or depending on where your reach is at, they will try to hush you up because of the fact that, okay, let me give them back their money so that they can stop talking, and we could deal with it from there. So, I mean, some of the telltale signs just from the explanation is, one, he doesn't have the money. And he's killing time because what he's saying is basically is that I'm going to make that money. Because if I get a couple other investors, I may not get investors who may invest that full $200 and something thousand, but we may probably get somebody who will invest a $40,000 or $50,000 or $30,000, and we go like that. But one of the things I want to ask you, I don't know if you would know. You said that people were investing land as well. So is it that they were turning over the ownership of the land to him? Or they were leasing the land to him or something like that? How they was doing that legally?
More or less like leasing, I believe. Because remember, he didn't really open up that information to me. That was one of the information that he kept. We were supposed to know. But most of the things that he was doing is really behind the scene.
No, we go find out.
So we'll find out that.
We will find out because
really
I'm sure that
he said it a lot in the videos. He said it a lot in the TikTok and thing. You could invest land and all too, and go into a joint venture. So I believe he takes some of the money and he put towards the land. Like he paid the person a 5,000 or 10,000 or 20,000 according to how much they sign up for, and say, well, right, well, I paid on a piece on the land, you go sign this contract, and this is what we go do, and when I put a house on the land, we go into this. So I believe that is how we do it, because a woman mentioned today concerning a house that he do that same thing. It was he was supposed to pay, I think it was 300,000. Yeah. $300,000 for the house, but the woman ended up going to a little like a joint venture with him. So she paid $25,000, and then he was supposed to pay $100,000. He breached the contract, I believe. He breached the contract by not paying the $100,000. Now the woman and that is one of the houses that I and my men went to work on.
Wow.
We was not to go and do any work on the house. That is where he put out in one of his videos that where he said in the video that we didn't complete the job.
Yeah, he said that
we didn't complete the job.
He still paid the money despite the work not being completed.
Yeah. So in the process of that, we didn't complete the job, but really and truly the work wasn't even supposed to go on because it was a breach of contract day right there. We didn't know that until today.
What he wasn't banking on is different people, us reaching out to people or reaching out to anybody, because a lot of people have decided to just leave it. A lot of people say leave it to God, and we were too. We were praying for him, but it just turns out that a lot of information started to come to light, and in actually communicating with other people in the background, a lot more information has come up. Yeah.
Well, you know the Bible does say faith without works is dead. Eh?
Yeah, it's true.
So a lot of times we just sit down and we just say, God will fix it. And you know, the thing about it is that God provided you with all the tools necessary
to make it
happen. Yes, faith will help you. Yes, He will make sure everything happens. But sometimes, you know, just like in the Bible where it says the only way that people would know of Him is if you testify. You go out there and you testify about the goodness, you testify about your healing, you testify about the things that you go through. But if you stay quiet,
How you gonna know?
How would people know? How would you be able to draw men unto Christ? Because you know, and it's the same thing happens with everything. Because you know the Bible talk about wolf in sheep clothing and you know, there's a scripture that I have grown up on, and it says, "Not everyone who cries, Lord, Lord, will enter into the kingdom of heaven."
Yeah.
It's true.
And that means more than what we look at it as. Because there are people that go on a pulpit and they sit down and they talk and they say Jesus and Lord and Christ, and they speak all manners of wisdom.
Yeah.
And sometimes they worse than the devil themselves. You know, that's no way to say anybody's a devil here. But at the same time, you know, right is right and wrong is wrong.
Exactly.
And I think that out of everybody, a man of God is supposed to operate in a certain manner.
Yeah.
But you know what? As I sit down here and I'm talking to her, there was one thing that just come to me. You know, we always say man of God, but we forget the most important part. You know, a man will always be a man.
True.
And sometimes because we put of God between there, we put them on a higher pedestal because.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Makeda John, and I come to share a video because I have joined this company with Mr. Aaron called Divine Connections Agency, and I am a single mother. I don't work anywhere, and I saw the company where you can work from home, so I said I will join the company so it will be good for me, so I can be home to see about my daughter because I cannot afford a daycare. And while being in this company for 3 months now, Mr. Aaron have a lot of us in the company, in the group, posting for his business, stating that he would have paid us $1,000 commission and $250 for our platform on TikTok, right? And I have an eviction notice for my landlord since February. I'm owing this man $2,500, right? And I have been taking my rent money and traveling to this man company business on a Saturdays and going to his meetings where he tell us that he have white people behind him that pay him to open up this company, and no matter how much we post, the money can't done, right? And after several meetings of going meetings, he keeps changing his tongue and saying that he going and talk to Miss Kamala Prasad Bisasa to help us pay us the $1,000 commission. He didn't tell us that before. He said that all the white people behind him will be able to pay him the money once he get us into the company. No, my landlord don't want to hear nothing. I have 3 days to leave from here. I have nowhere to go with my daughter. Where I'm finding $2,500 within 3 days to pay this man after I have taken my money to go there and taken my rent money to buy plants, to post. And Mr. Aaron is cyberbullying us to keep posting and saying that he's going to pay us 3 months now. He say we training in, and within the training we is going to get $250 for our platform and $1,000 for our commission. And every time we ask about the money in the group, he throw us off and he come up with excuses. And I don't know what to do, and I don't know why this man is going around scamming innocent poor people in this company. And when we share our concerns in the group, he said that we cannot post our personal issues. Just continue to post. God is going to open up our way. You are using God in vain, Mr. Aaron Joseph. It has single mothers believe in you and come into this group hoping to find financial freedom. As you said, that this company is about financial freedom, and you are bullying us, you are scamming us, and you are using poor people. People take their money, that people borrowing money from people to come there. You said that you would have paid 50% of the maxi that is bringing us. You never pay that money. We had to take money out of our own pockets. And I find this is unfair. Mr. Aaron Joseph, and people needs to hear this video. When I messaged this man telling me where I get my information from. I said, Mr. Aaron, I said, you said these things in this meeting. Why are you doing these things? Why are you making people feel that they're mad when they approach you? And when he finally realized that we know what he's doing, he blocked us and removed us from the group. Don't know what to do anymore, because I take my rent money to invest in this man and nothing in return. Nothing.
It's a lot. It is a lot. It is a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot. And there's so much more things that I have to see. There's so many more videos. There's so many people that has reached out to me. You know, I make no joke about this. But there's a time in this life where persons like Aaron somebody needs to put an end. Somebody needs to put an end. Somebody needs to put an end. And if that somebody is me, I promise you. And God had it in a kind of way. God had it in a kind of way. I pray about this whole situation before it came to me. This entire situation came to me more than once and more than twice. The first set of people that came to me, they didn't have sufficient evidence. The second was almost around the same thing. But the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, I decided, based on the evidence and information that I received, that I will go forward with it. I am afraid of absolutely no one. Your money can't swim, eh? And when you hide behind the word of God, imagine you're telling a young lady, and this young lady would have been put into a predicament at that time, and you're telling her, God go sort it out. Is a cult running? It had to be like it's a cult. You get frightened there. People have taken the hard-earned money. Or you want to know, you know, $350,000 is no small money to come by, you know. And then in this whole entire agreement, for those of you who probably were just closing your fridge door, this entire agreement, ooh, Papa, you told the people on the same contract that you put up on a video on TikTok, watch now, tomorrow coming for you again, you know. Part 2 tomorrow, you know. Because you went and you said the people didn't sign a contract, but I have video and I have audio that proves otherwise. And then you're referencing the same contract that you tell the public that these people didn't sign. Aaron, I'm coming for you, bro. Aaron, You know what the Bible is say? Repent and turn away from your wicked ways. Because you won't believe people messaging me and say, Dale, I hope it's not you get caught up in that, but trust me, my days are that done. My days are being caught up. Because God trained me for a time like this, you know. And I want to tell his ex-wife something. Don't protect him. Stop protecting him. You may have been a part of what was happening before, but stop protecting him now. It will interfere with your blessings. It will interfere with your blessings. We're out of time, but we're now out of things to say. And I know start to get right because I want to give all you some more thing, you know. But out of respect, that time is money. And I want you all to tune in here tomorrow, please God. Spread the word. Tomorrow is part 2. Nothing else, nobody else. Aaron Joseph tomorrow. And I just got a phone call. Darren, you witnessed it, right? The message that was sent. Sorry, not a phone call. And I was told that, I tell you, this program and this platform is powerful, you know. Don't get tied up, you know. We are having discussions now with the missing vehicle that we put up just a little while ago. And that's what we call, that is action. Direct action. I have one more person that I'm looking for. This is the guy. Let me just give you it very quickly. And you put that up and we go. Yeah, Darren? This is the gentleman here in question that I'm looking for. You see, honoring contracts is very important. Honoring contracts is very important. And we need to honor contracts and stop hiding and running and bobbing and weaving and all of these different things. I'm looking for this gentleman here. He goes by the name of, you got it? Michael Donowa. Just put this picture up. This is Michael Donowa. Michael Donowa, it's about time that you contact me. Michael Donowa, it is about time we stop playing games. Michael Donowa. All this talk about you're depressed and you want to dead and you're this and you're that and the other. Hello. We have a signed contract here. It is in my possession. Jesus could be coming on next week Tuesday. You made a commitment. And the bobbing and weaving, I go pay you this day, I go pay you that day, I go pay you and you're running and you're running and you're bobbing and you're weaving, you're going in the bank today, you're going in the bank tomorrow. The check-in ready like if it's an egg waiting to hatch. It's either you're paying or you ain't paying. And matter of fact, it's not if you're paying or you ain't paying. You know. It's either you're paying in full or you're paying in part. Simple. We're looking for Michael Donowa. Come back to me. This is straight to the point, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say thank you to you, the viewers of Real TV. For those of you who are watching us on cable, I want to say thank you as well for Darren. Darren, you did a very good job today. I must be honest, I was very worried about you. And I would have left the set a couple times to come into master control. But you know what? The only way you're going to learn is by throwing you in the fire. And I want to say thanks for that. I want to say thanks to the Almighty for guiding us today. This is another episode. And tomorrow, please the Lord. If only thought we had thing today, the real bomb is tomorrow. Keep it locked, don't go anywhere. This is Straight to the Point.
Straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From news to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Yeah, straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From news to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Current affairs, politics in the air. Social issues, we deal with it fair. No fluff, no filter, we call it how it is. Real TV vibes, what this how we miss.
views and opinions expressed in the preceding program were those of the hosts, guests, and contributors, and do not reflect the official views of Real TV, its management, or affiliates. Content was provided for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised.